It is super windy out here. So we're going to talk to you guys in here.
So our floor is on, we got our septic tied in back into the crawl space, and we also backfilled, which is making life a whole lot easier already today with getting everything moved outside.
So today's a super exciting day. We are going to start going upward on the house.
I say we're moving on up, moving on up. Yes, so we are going to be working on the far back wall first. It is the easiest wall to deal with. It is actually 56 feet in length. It's a straight shot, so it really shouldn't be all that bad. When we have a few window openings, window penetrations that we need to deal with. So getting our headers cut and all that should be somewhat manageable. All right, looks like Mama's getting strapped up for the day with the snack belt. Are you ready to get to work?
No, my snack belt's empty. I need snacks.
Even with the perfect diet, it can be hard to get the key nutrients that we need on a daily basis. Ritual helps women fill in the gaps in their diet with no fillers, colorants, or shady additives. Transparency is at the core of everything Ritual does, from the environmental impact of materials used to ship thousands of orders to the way that the nutrients are sourced. With Ritual, they offer a delivered-to-your-door subscription. So for only $1 a day, you get 9 high-quality vitamins that your body needs, delivered straight to your door. They are vegan-friendly, sugar-free, non-GMO, gluten-free, and allergen-free. Just 2 easy-to-take capsules provide 9 high-quality nutrients.
The best part about Ritual vitamins is my ability to actually take them. They have a no-nausea capsule design that makes them gentle even on an empty stomach. Ritual also offers a men's multivitamin, a 50+, a prenatal, a postnatal, and teen vitamins.
Better health doesn't happen overnight. And right now, Ritual is offering you all 10% off your first 3 months. You can fill in the gaps in your diet with Essentials for Women, a small step that helps support a healthy foundation for your body.
That is 10% off your first 3 months by going to ritual.com/goodsimple and using code GOODSIMPLE at checkout.
Feeling better?
Better.
Let's get to work.
So these piles of lumber behind us are going to become our future house. It's so much lumber. Oh. Jeremy.
Murder. I hate him. No spiders, no spiders, no whammies.
Spider!
Ah. It's not funny.
A little funny. The wall that we are starting with is going to be on this back corner, and it's going to be the back wall to our boys' room. So it's actually got a 4x5 window in it, so we're going to be framing out the window in that space too. But I don't know, I'm so excited to see a wall go up. Today has been a long time coming. Jeremy went to get some clamps so we can start marking out the first measurements where our first studs are going to go on our bottom and top plate. But it's calm down. No wind.
So a very slow start to our day. First section of wall, we had to do a lot of math and a lot of thinking, which caused us to kind of slow down and get a headache.
Those numbers are hard.
Yeah, lots to take into consideration. Even though this is our first stretch here, we have a window that we want to get centrally placed on the wall, but we're we're gonna have a closet in this bedroom, which is causing us to have to bump down what our midway point is for the window. And then we're having to take our rough opening measurements and go off of that midway point. So just a lot of math and a lot of thinking, which we're not real great at. So
we're not real good at that thinking. No, we've seriously been working on this for like an hour, but I think we have it now.
Yeah. You know what I think it is, Mama? Is that we're just really out of practice when it comes to framing walls. We've done it here and there, but it's been since the tiny home wall framing that we've had to think about all this.
We framed the shed, the pump house.
Yeah, that's true. There's no windows though. I mean, we just got the main door there, so
that was super easy.
Yeah, now we're here. We're having to think about closets and all that. We're out of practice.
Yeah, and it's not like with the tiny home. It was kind of like, oh, if something's a little off, no big deal. But
yeah, we're
this
being
is our house.
Yeah,
it matters if a window is 4 inches not on center. Oh my.
Sorry.
Gosh.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. You know what we're framing, Eli? This is your bedroom wall. And this is where your window is going to go.
I knew it was a wall.
Is that cool? So now we can say, go to your room.
First nails, ready?
I am ready.
Let's do this.
Incredible.
First stud mini.
1 down. 30,000 to go. Now that we got all of our studs in place and we got our king stud set on the side of the rough opening for our 4x5 window, we're now going to get our sill set. So that's going to be set at 36 inches. So we're going to be cutting all of our cripple studs at 34.5 inches just to account for that bottom plate. So we're going to get that set and then we'll move on to the window header. Jesus.
Keep getting in the way. You're trying to get these cool shots. I keep whacking you.
This isn't going to be very romantic if you keep on bumping the cameraman.
All right, so Melissa claims to be 5'9". However, this is an 8-foot wall, so I'll let you be the judge.
How tall am I?
I'm pretty certain I've eaten burritos that are bigger than you.
Wait, this opening's 5 feet. Do I reach the bottom?
You do, but you're suspect.
And I fit between the 16.
You're still suspect.
I can hide in a wall. Here, you give it a go, Jeremy. See how tall. Let's see if you're truly 6'3".
I don't think I'm gonna fit between this wall cavity. There's no
too many snacks.
No way. It's a long winter, right? Nope.
Oh, look at you trying to wedge your body in that little space.
Here, give it a go. Mark it. 6'3", right?
Yeah.
6'3".
I believe it.
See, Melissa, this is why we don't get anything done, because I'm over here taking my crap off so I can lay down in between some wall studs.
All I'm saying is when we started dating, you said you were 6'3".
This house is going to take forever to build.
I was promised 6'3". I believed it for,
I can't hear you.
16 years. Lied to.
It's header time. Let's do this. All right, so you remember how we said we haven't done this in a long time and we're a little out of practice? Tell them what we did.
Well, I so confidently thought that 34.5 inches was correct for those cripple studs because, well, we've got 1.5 inches for that bottom plate. What I didn't think about was that we had an 1.5 inches for this top sill plate too. So now we are 1.5 inches short on the space that we needed for the header at the top for a 10-inch header.
Yeah, and I already nailed everything up, which means we have to tear this all apart.
Yes, you did.
Cut it, recut our cripples, and make enough space for that 2x10 header that we're going to be using here.
But on the bright side, we will not make that mistake again.
We're out of practice.
Rip it apart. So we got everything cut out and we're going to be shortening the pieces, but we have decided to now work from the top down. So we want to make sure that we have space for our 10-inch header. So we're going to put the header in, then we're going to measure out the 48 inches for the rough opening of the window, and then we will build down to the ground from there. Well, Jeremy's back there cutting out pieces for the header. I wanted to talk about my snack belt choice of the day. I keep eating my snack and then forgetting to talk about my snack. I don't know what's wrong with me. So our friendly subscribers to the north, that's Canada, sent us a box of treats. So here I have peppermint knobs. They're like super pepperminty, sugary little things. I've been eating them all day. My mouth is like all tore up from them, but they're so good. I'm just going to keep eating them. And cheesies. Cheesies are basically the Canadian version of Cheetos. Okay. Now that I'm tasting the cheesies, they're actually not very much like Cheetos. Cheetos are like crunchier and more dense. These are like a little bit fluffier, like a cheese ball, but shaped like a Cheeto. And they taste more like corn. Like they taste like a tortilla chip Cheeto that's fluffy. Quite delightful. Oh, there's not a cloud in the sky. Oh wait, there's that little guy.
That little cotton ball there?
A little fluffy cloud.
That little guy? Don't worry about that little guy.
I kind of want to paint a face on it.
I don't mind rain or shine. You can always take my.
All right, now we redo what we've already done and undone. Take two.
I thread it through your everything. And I don't care day or dark. You can always have my heart.
You've done it. You framed the first wall in our house.
This is one. First of many.
It-
Mistakes were made, but we took care of it.
No, they weren't.
No, slow progress. This is kind of how things usually go for Melissa and I when we start something new, right?
Yeah, it takes us a while to get into the groove of
Yeah, and then
things.
we kind of find our workflow and then things really pick up from there. I don't think that's uncommon. I think that's true of most people. But
We did have a goal of framing this whole back wall today.
hey, we've only been at this for a few hours.
I know,
We can still
I
get
know.
it done. I mean,
You seriously think we can get it done?
this next 16-foot section is no doors, no windows, nothing like that. So it's just 16 on center, and then we have a small window in the bathroom above the vanity, and then a small window at the very end. So that last little bit will take us a while, but not bad. I think we'll bang the next two out, no problem.
All right, let's bang them out.
Let's do it. So Melissa and I got ahead of ourselves again, and we were talking about, hey, maybe we should move on. And I was staring at the wall. I'm like, hold on a second, something's missing. We don't have the jack studs put underneath between our sill piece and our header, so we're gonna get those measured and cut.
Who needs to support their header?
It's probably okay, right?
Here. I don't mean to pressure you, but that sun is getting lower in the sky.
Doing what I can, Mama. As usual. Doing what I can.
Now we are officially done framing the first wall, so we're gonna move on and get at least another wall frame so we feel like we, framed 2 walls today.
I've got a feeling I'll be fine. Yeah, I've got a feeling I'll be fine with you in my life. You in my life. You in my life.
boy. Let's nail her up. Okay, wall section number 2 is completed. It's amazing how much quicker that goes when you don't have to worry about any kind of openings, rough openings, and you can just nail 16 inches on center. Piece of cake.
That took like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So happy with what it is we got done today. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. It is incredible to see walls framed that look like house walls. I can't believe that we're here.
Yep, pretty cool. So tomorrow we'll pick it up where we are leaving off.
Yep, sounds good.
No spiders, no spiders, no spiders. Let's talk about our wall sheeting that we were going with here. Melissa and I decided to use this 7/16 inch 4x8 foot zip system. It's a product made by Huber, which is the same folks who actually make the Advantech flooring that we decided to go with. So we're gonna get these things unloaded, kind of roughly set in place, and we'll talk to you about how it is that that's gonna go. So with these 4x8 foot sheets, we're gonna get things face down to begin with. We need to measure 13 inches from the bottom factory cut, because that is gonna be the portion that covers our rim joist and the mud sill. We want to make sure that we have at least 3/4 of an inch of clearance on the mud sill. We're actually going with 1 inch just to be safe.
Because this is our first row and everything needs to be absolutely perfect because everything runs off of the first row, we're going to actually be screwing this into place. That way, if we make any mistakes or we need to adjust it any which way, we're able to remove it easily. And then we will go back later and nail it all together. What happened, Jeremy?
Tape measure finally blew out and gave up and decided to quit. So I've got the reel here and the portion of the tape measure that decided to give up is at 63 inches and it just fell off, so great. Well, I think we have another one. I knew this was coming. It's a little irritating. We're having a bad midday here. So I came out before Melissa just to kind of prep things, and I ended up nicking the cord on my skill saw, my circular saw. So I've got to repair that. And then now this is given out too. So just not a great tool / equipment day that's happening right now. A little irritated.
Now that we got our first row of zips set, we're going to be moving on to the second row on the first wall. And for that, we are going to be cutting our 8-foot piece into a 4-foot piece because we are going to be staggering our seams as we go up the wall.
Yes, ma'am. So we're going to be using the broken section of our tape measure since we don't have a second backup one. I thought we did, we do not. Fortunately, it broke off at 63 inches, meaning we have enough to measure 4 feet.
This is professional.
It really is.
I like it.
Do what you can
just walk around with
what you've got. What we do.
And if we need to make a 5-foot measurement, we'll just use Jeremy's body.
You know, Melissa, that's always your answer to everything. Just use and abuse my body. Tired of it. Okay? Tired of it. So we realize there might be some of you out there wondering why it is that we are getting our sheeting put up on our walls before we stand them up. It actually just makes life a lot easier for installation. We can make small little adjustments where we have to, and we're actually relying upon the sheets and the factory edges to help us get everything squared. There's a lot that has to go into this installation. You actually have to get your sheathing in place, and then there's tape to cover up all your seams. So it's just a lot easier rather than us hopping up onto ladders and trying to shimmy all these boards into place. It makes life a lot easier.
What if I do it with one hand?
No.
Well, good, because I can't do it anyway.
All right, needs come.
We got the first wall squared, and now we're going to go around and nail all of them into place.
Before we get this section of wall finished off with our sheathing, we're going to take this opportunity, since we still have a little bit of a visible gap, to cut out our rough window opening. And for that, we're going to be going back to our reliable router. Here we go.
I can be a man, be big and tough for you, darling. That won't be enough.
As it gets later in the afternoon, it is getting really windy. We're just getting these really strong gusts of wind. So we may not be able to raise these walls today, but we are going to get them completely sheeted, and we might have to come out early tomorrow morning and raise them up before the winds start. It's windy every single afternoon. Right?
Yeah, I don't want Melissa to go flying down the gully, so we're gonna hold
Sail
on.
away. Just wind sailing down that.
Thing you know, nothing would be changed. 'Cause I love you so, and I'm glad you came.
This piece here overlaps the two walls, but because Jeremy's not strong enough to lift these, just kidding. Because I am not strong enough to lift these walls, we are not going to be nailing or taping this little section right here. We'll be doing it once the walls are up. What are you doing? Oh, very nice, Vanna. Thank you.
Oh, babe, I'm yours till the end of time. You're the light in the tunnel when I'm feeling gray. You're the sun peeking through on that cold winter day. And if I could change a thing, you know, nothing would be changed. 'Cause I love you so, and I'm glad you came.
We have gotten all the sheeting on that we can get on for these two walls before we're gonna tape and get them all raised up tomorrow. So you will notice on the center wall, which is my back pantry wall, we left the sheeting off that top portion, and that is because there's going to be a gable end that we're going to frame out after the roof is on, and we want that sheeting to actually tie in with the gable end.
Oh, I got holes in my shoes, and I got dirt on my hands. I'll take care of you better than any other man. I'll hold you until we all go. 'Cause you, my sweet, oh, you saved my soul.
Okay, the time has come. It's the next morning. Things are a lot calmer. The wind has died down tremendously. I came out early and we got some sill foam attached or stapled to the bottom plate of our walls just to help seal things up and make sure we don't get any kind of air coming in or out that we don't want in or out. So I'm tired of talking. We've been putting this off. We're a little nervous about doing this. This thing weighs a ton, but we're gonna try and get this first wall lifted, set in place, and braced.
Yeah, this is a huge step. It is our first wall going upright on our house. It's gonna look so different.
Let's not die.
Okay, good goal. so nervous. So that didn't really work. It was just pulling it straight out. So what we're doing now, or what Jeremy's doing now, is putting this block down here. That way it kind of trips the wall up. So it'll hit the block, can't go any further. And hopefully, in theory.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in theory, hopefully this works.
In theory, we can. This is hard when all you have is me to help you.
This is my bro science engineering.
Good job. Very MacGyver-y, I like it.
Okay, success. The wall is up. Third time's a charm. We finally figured it out and got it into place. It's not secured yet, but we're just gonna take this opportunity to point out that we were standing back looking at the wall, like all proud of ourselves, patting ourselves on the back, and we realized that I actually cut the zip sheeting at the first top plate rather than after the fact with the double top plate. A lot of mistakes, a lot of little mistakes.
Yeah, a lot of little things that we've just forgotten over time, and
brain parts.
It's really good practice. I'm really glad that we started with the back wall, because now there's going to be like this little strip of sheeting that we have to add.
Yeah.
But again, on the bright side, we won't make that mistake again.
Yeah, the wall's up. We'll get that strip stuck in, get that taped up. Not the big, it's not a huge deal, but a little irritating. Again, things we're just not thinking about because we haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
So I'm glad, yeah, like Melissa said, we're starting the back wall. None of this will show. We'll get it out then for the rest of it.
But a wall!
Do that like 20 more times and we'll have something that sort of resembles a house.
Does it look like a house yet?
Yeah, a little bit.
Getting there.
A little bit.
We did it. We raised the first walls on our dream home. Now all we have to do is repeat that about 20 more times. It may not look like much yet, but to us, it looks like assurance. Sure, that first wall went a bit rough, but we worked it out together. And that's how this whole journey is going to go. A few steps forward and maybe a step back here and there, but always finding our way. We are going to allow ourselves the freedom to learn as we go, and the grace to make mistakes, and the time to soak it all in. This sense of adventure, the constant uncertainty, and that feeling of overcoming our own self-doubt. Perhaps that's what we've been craving all along.